so mysterious. His middle name's Tiberius, and he'll make me his cabin boy someday.
Hey, this is Chris with the Sci-Fi Guys, and we are here at BaconFest. All day long, bacon, bacon products, bacon-type foods, and science fiction. So far, we have RoboCop under our belts, and a whole lot of delicious bacon products. Bacon corn fritters, deep-fried bacon, country-fried bacon. I'm pretty sure we have an American bald eagle bacon wrapped in the oven right now, waiting to go. Anything bacon you can imagine, we got it on the way. So come on, let's go check this out. Alright, as you can see here, we have a plate full of bacon pancakes. They are pancakes with bacon inside them, cooked in bacon grease. So yeah, pretty damn sweet. And we have Mr. Terrell and the sex bot. This is Dark Side of the Moon from 1990. 1990? Probably going to be one of the worst films we watch tonight.
I'm betting my bacon rations, or at least a portion of them, that the janitor who's staring at the girl's butt is the first to die.
Old man here, my bet, dies saving everyone.
Oh, the noble sacrifice.
Noble sacrifice. So you think he's second to last? He's the last to die?
Fatty dies first, in my opinion.
Oh, his is the unexpected death.
Yeah, he's the starter that no one recognizes.
Janitor's still first to die. Mechanic guy.
That guy, creepy old guy with the glasses, dies the weird death, where he kind of knows it's coming and is a little bit okay with it.
Yeah, I think he's in on whatever weird thing happens. That's my guess. I don't remember the film that much, but I think I watched it.
Oh yeah, that's not fair. You've seen this.
Yeah, you're recused from your betting now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Recused. See? Yeah, he made a sex joke. You're probably right. He probably is the first.
That guy, yeah, he's a sleaze. He's the slime ball.
He's the guy that dies that the audience has no sympathy for him dying.
It might be your last chance to get into my flight suit.
Alex, there's no manual override built into any of these doors. Totally unreasonable, but hey, that's the way it is. Sorry.
Hey, glass jingles.
No one can kill you. Because I have snake eyes. You belong to me now. Rattlesnake chew nugget.
Yeah, I don't want your
And in the future, spaceships are always a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, clean up.
Nobody knows how to wind a single cable ever.
Lights are always flashing.
Because they're busted.
Don't get weird on me.
They don't just not work.
No, they don't just stop working. They go into strobe mode. Dude does look like MacGyver though.
Oh, we got a dangler!
He's gonna
It was great!
Oh, dude, he died first?
What?
And he didn't sacrifice anything!
Oh, what a waste.
Seriously, man. That movie was bad. It was bad not because it was terrible plot and stupid, but also it didn't follow any of the laws of bad movies.
Not a one.
Not one. The girl, she died off pretty quick.
Hottest girl in the film, never got naked.
Nope.
And there were only 2 girls in the film.
There was disappointment all around. Did we even see anybody die in the movie?
There were no squibs. There was
No
not
squibs.
a single squib
Yeah.
in the whole movie full of guns.
And if you want to watch this movie and enjoy it in any way,
Don't. You can't. It's not possible. All right, we're going to try something here that's not really available in stores. Sci-Fi Guys exclusive food. We got some vanilla yogurt and some real bacon bits. Let's see how this goes together. Toss that. Mix the goop up a bit. sound of goodness.
You can smell it. It just pops right out of there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. This idea was Quentin's. We just thought of it about 3 minutes ago. And we're all too hopped up on bacon to know better, so we're trying it anyway. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Bad in such a good way, though. Because you can tell it's yogurt with bacon in it.
Chris, we need more bacon.
Way ahead of you on that, sir. So here we have vanilla bacon yogurt.
All right, I'm the second rhesus monkey.
You know
in
what?
Cage.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
The flavors aren't really mixed together well, but...
Ooh, there's a clump. That looks good. I think we're going to have to try this again with fresh bacon.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would buy it, but it's not horrible.
Because once the yogurt goes away, the yogurt's pleasant. And then you're just left with kind of dried out, jerky bacon. Which is not bad either.
Right. I'm going to go...
I'll go with edible.
6.5.
5.55. Unrounded.
It's not bad at all, but it's mostly vanilla yogurt.
Yeah.
Once a year.
It's vanilla yogurt that's chewy. But
it's not bad.
But we all went back for more, though, I see. We all went back for more.
got a good
Second
clump
bite
in
is
there.
worth trying.
Hello, Cincinnati. Which is my favorite series out of the ones that I've written? I'm going to have to say, overall, it's probably The Hollows. I like Madison because it's young adult, and I love writing for that audience. The Truth books, I love the first Truth. I love the Truth series because if you read it, it's under my Dawn Cook name. If you read that, you can see my writing style develop, and you can see my raw enthusiasm for the printed word just shining through there. I like the Princess series because I have a wicked magic system in it, and yeah, but The Hollows is probably my favorite. It's been good to me. Who were the biggest influences on my writing? I'm going to have to go all the way back to my young adult reading of science fiction and fantasy. I was a voracious reader in high school, junior high. I read a lot of Clark. I read a lot of Heinlein. I read a lot of Asimov. I didn't understand him, but I read him. And those, I'm going to have to say, are the biggest influences on my writing. If you look at my writing, I've got a strong element of romance in there. Well, that's just the romantic in me coming out. But the pacing and the plot and killing off main love interests, that comes from my science fiction reading. Do I have any science fiction stories that I'm working on? No, but before I found pre-publication, I took a year off of writing novel-length stuff, and I wrote a lot of short stories. One of them is actually the first chapter of Dead Witch Walking. And I did try my hand at science fiction, but it sounded childish, especially when I go back and look at it now. I really like working in the modern world with a voice that more people can identify with.
It keeps being mentioned in the books. Is Rachel ever going to stop being stupid?
The question was, is Rachel ever going to stop being stupid? Probably not. No, she is making smarter decisions. In Pale Demon and in the following ones, you can see that she's making conscious decisions. She's seeing her patterns of behavior. She's trying to change them. It's harder to get a character in trouble when they're smart all the time. So the people around her are making more mistakes that impact her negatively. So I would like to think that she's getting smarter.
And just so that you know, before you want to stab him about this whole your character, They park next to me, and he drove 6 hours to get here.
6 hours!
Before they tried it, before, you know.
Good grief, I'm glad I took your question. That is a long time, thank you. Okay, the question is a Hollows movie. I've never, ever said there's a Hollows movie being made. In fact, I've got a place on my drama box where you can post your pics, and the page is called Relax, They're Not Going to Make It. My agent is holding very tight to the movie rights because he doesn't and I don't want the rights to be sold just to be shoved in a drawer so nobody can act on them. We're holding on to them until there's some kind of assurance that they're going to be acted on. I don't like making picks for the actors and actresses, but you guys do, and I love hearing what you guys pick. Why Cincinnati? My editor came to me and said, I think it'd be a great idea if we could put the Hollows in a real city. Pick one. Okay. I got to thinking about it. I needed a city that had a river running through it. I needed a city of a certain latitude so I could talk about the seasons because I like seeing the passage of time through the seasons. I needed a city that was of a certain size because I am not a big city girl, and if I tried to write trams and trains, you guys would see right through it, and I knew that. So I needed a city that was small enough that you still get around by car. I needed a city that was away from the coast because the magic is influenced by the salt, and I didn't want to deal with that issue. I know she was wanting me to pick Boston or Dallas or LA or something bright and sparkly that everybody knows. And I came to her so proud and I said, Cincinnati! There was this long silence. No, really, Cincinnati! Because you've got so much here. You've got the tunnels that no one's been using, except for the utility people, of course. And then you were known for your grave robbing at one time. You've got the underground grave. That's wonderful. No, you'd be in the ground for 3 hours and you'd be on a train. It was awful. You'd be in the ground for 3 hours and then you'd be on a train headed for Detroit. It was nasty. And you've got that beautiful, fabulous, world-renowned zoo, and you've got the Basilica, and you've got tons of things. You've got Eden Park. I mean, I could go up to Eden Park and just daydream for hours. You've got so much here, and I feel really lucky that I chose Cincinnati to set the Hollows in. And there was a follow-up. What was the question?
The next series.
It was,
what's next? I'm sorry, what's next?
Oh, my editor would love to know that, too. I don't know. The question was, as Al gets more page time and more magic, we start seeing more magic from him, where do I get the ideas for the magic? Is that pretty much it? Oh, I make it up. I make up everything in regards to the magic. I have one magic book that I bought through Amazon about 4 years ago. I looked at it when it came, and I haven't opened it since. It's just a lot more fun to make it up. The Latin, I steal it from other books.
I'm so glad that the word pond is in a book.
Pwned, yeah.
Pwned, sorry.
Pwned.
Sorry, I just apparently got pwned.
You had a question.
Tomatoes. What prompted the tomatoes?
What prompted the tomatoes?
Yeah.
Why? Is there a problem with tomatoes?
Do you have an issue with tomatoes?
I love tomatoes. I love them, but you know what? I can never get the darn things to grow. I put them in the ground, I water them, I fertilize them, they're in sun, and I get what, maybe 1 or 2 fruits the whole year? What's with that? No. So, yeah, that might be some of it. But the other half is kind of a nod to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, which I have never been able to sit through because it's just too hokey. But I feel a nod needs to be made nevertheless.
Right.
Oh, how many books in my head? I just finished the rough draft for book 11, and I'm not telling you a thing about it. Not a thing. I like to work very far ahead of the schedule so that I appear more clever than I actually am. And I can go back and foreshadow. I can go back and foreshadow 2 books at this point, and that's wonderfully freeing as a writer. Well, thank you guys. This has been absolutely wonderful.
I'm Kim Harrison, author of The Hollows, a urban fantasy that takes place here, right in Cincinnati, about a 20-something witch solving crimes.
And I am Chris, and you're here on the Sci-Fi Guys. If you could explain to us your motivation behind setting this in Cincinnati in the area here.
Why I set the books in Cincinnati? Well, my editor came to me. She said, let's place the books in a real city. And I took a look at the map, and I picked a city that was the right latitude so I could write about the seasons. And I picked a city that was the right size because I'm not a big city girl. And Cincinnati just kind of came out on top. I'm from not this area, but close enough that I know the people and I know know what's going on down here. And it's been a great choice because Cincinnati has tons of stuff. They've got tunnels under the city that nobody uses. They were known for grave robbing. I mean, it's a fabulous city, and I feel glad that I've chosen it.
So, not being from the area, you set The Hollows. The Hollows itself is northern Kentucky.
Yes, it is.
And we are a Kentucky-based show, so our fans are going to love that.
Yes, yes. The Hollows is across the river from Cincinnati, and I've had readers call or write to me and say, how'd you know that the strange people lived across the river? And it's kind of like, excuse me, you're talking about my characters here.
So your husband tells me that you are a big fan of bacon. Is that true?
Have you been talking about me?
We may have been talking a little bit about you, yeah.
Yeah, you know that commercial, bacon, 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 bacon. That's me. Yes, unfortunately, I love my bacon. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Just to let you know, you're on the BaconFest episode of Sci-Fi Guys.
Am I really?
we didn't plan it this way,
This
but
was fake.
yeah, it's called a BaconFest. We get together, we eat various types of bacon all day, and watch horrible science fiction movies.
Well,
and it was
you
wonderful.
gonna watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Because I have a killer tomato.
I'm glad you brought that up, because here's what I want to know. Next time you're in town, what would it take for the Sci-Fi Guys to get you in a room with us and a camera, drinks, whatever you like, whatever gets you settled down.
You gonna have bacon?
And bacon. And we're going to watch both Killer Tomatoes movies, all the way through, no skipping this time. Because you said before you skipped.
I know I skipped. I'm
Yeah,
awful.
no.
Come on, that's a horrible movie.
It's awful.
It
Have you
is
seen the
awful.
second one?
I have
It
not
makes the
seen
first one
it.
look like an Oscar winner. It's horrible.
Really?
Oh,
I have
God.
never seen it, no. Yeah, we're going to have to consider doing that. Yeah.
On camera. We have that on camera. That's right.
I said consider.
I heard it's done deal.
But you
So
said
let's
you're going
move
to
on.
have bacon.
There will be bacon. There will be plenty of bacon.
Right.
Don't worry about that. Okay, so you talked earlier about concluding the series.
Yes.
And you also spoke about your background of not writing so much as reading science fiction. That's something you loved and has influenced you greatly.
Yes, it is.
Was it a hard decision to not write sci-fi? I mean, you said you didn't like your own sci-fi too much?
Yes, that's the exact truth. I tried to write it. I'm not that good. Science fiction it's a delicate task. You really have to know what you're doing. And as a writer, I'm getting close to being able to write science fiction, I think. But it's a lot easier to write, the here and now. And with computers and cell phones, I mean, that's almost science fiction compared to what I was reading back then in the 70s and 80s. Science fiction, you really got to know your stuff, and that's too much trouble for me. I'll be honest, I don't like research. I'd rather make it all up, and I can make up spells, but I couldn't tell you how a computer works or how a spaceship gets here to there, and I'd have to know that in order to write it.
Well, that's an interesting point you make there, because I think a lot of people miss the fact that science fiction, if it's going to be good, has to be pretty well balanced.
It does.
I mean, you have to have the technological aspect as well as the human emotional aspect as well. What were a few of your biggest influences as far as sci-fi was concerned? The writers that you read the most of.
I would have to say probably Jack L. Chalker. He taught me how to write a series with the Well World series. Oh, I ate that up. I loved it. Ray Bradbury taught me that the monsters can be right next door, and that influenced me greatly. Probably Alan Dean Foster on how to laugh at yourself and still make it entertaining. Arthur C. Clarke, just the bare bones, solid, good story. Those are probably my favorites. Oh, and Andrea Norton, she's not really science fiction. Well, she had some science fiction, didn't she? Yeah, she brought in, and Anne McCaffrey brought in
Right.
the how to keep your characters going and bring them to life and flesh them out and make them real people.
You mentioned Anne McCaffrey, and she has sort of a crossover fan base as well as her fiction of science fiction mixed with fantasy. Any chance of getting any of that from you? I mean, I know you said you wanted to stray away from science fiction. You didn't like your own writing, but any hints of it you might go back to in the future?
I don't know. I'm having so much fun doing what I'm doing right now, writing the urban fantasy, that I really can't look that far ahead.
That makes sense. Oh, also, we want to mention, because we are at the Sci-Fi Guys huge comic book fans, you have a graphic novel.
Apparently,
that's right.
I have a graphic. No, I have
This,
a graphic novel.
Coincidentally, sitting here, we didn't even know it was behind us until just now.
No, it's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, this is the first. This is the first graphic novel. It is due out in mid-July of this year. I'm going to Comic-Con San Diego to celebrate. And there is a follow-up. This actually follows one of the main characters in the Hollows. She's not the main character, she's a supporting character. And it was really refreshing to be able to write from her point of view.
I thought you mentioned earlier there were 2 graphic novels. Is there another one coming out after this?
Yes, after
okay,
this one,
all right.
yep, the follow-up.
Are they, so they are related?
They are very much related, yes.
And these will be stories that have not been presented in the books. These are totally
these are
new fiction.
brand new.
Yeah,
I
great.
wrote these scripts myself. I actually drew the boxes and I wrote down what goes in each one. And sometimes the artists would do it, and sometimes they say, oh no, we have a better way. So it was a very steep learning curve, but I totally enjoyed it. Yeah.
Pale Demon, by the way, I mentioned this earlier to one of my friends. I might steal that for a band name. That would be the most excellent heavy metal band name ever, Pale Demon. If I make any money off of it, I'll totally slide you some. Just don't sue me. Just don't sue me.
Oh no, you can't copyright titles, so you're free and clear.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You heard her say it. It's mine. It's mine now.
It's not yours.
What else do you have coming up right now?
I've got a busy year. Pale Demon just came out. I have the graphic novel, which comes out in mid-July. I also have a world book that goes along with the Hollows series. That comes out in November. I'm doing the editorial rewrite right now, and it's kicking my butt, but I'm getting it done. I also have a young adult series. The third one of that comes out this June, I believe, late May, early June, called Something Deadly This Way Comes, which is I really like because it goes back to Something Deadly This Way Comes. Ray Bradbury,
exactly.
He's my man.
And when you say a world book, is this sort of an encyclopedic kind of thing?
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be dry facts, and I couldn't do it, so there is a story arc to it. And I got all the facts in there and still managed to be entertaining. At least I hope I'm entertaining. It's very picture rich, and I'm excited about it.
I look forward to seeing that.
Thank you.
Again, this is Chris, Sci-Fi Guys. You
and
are?
Kim Harrison.
That's right. Can we get a shot just to see the red together? The red of the beard and the red of the hair. Look at how pretty that is, people. You can't get this.
We're on fire.
That's right. We're on fire. Anyway, I want to thank you again for the interview. Thank you
This
so
is
much. I had a
wonderful.
great time.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
I can't say buy this, but you know, right there.
This is Quentin from the Sci-Fi Guys, and I'm here to introduce you to an amazing TV series. It's been running for 50 years consecutively this year. It's their 50-year anniversary. What show is it? It's Doctor Who Goes to Washington. Mr. Who is portrayed in this film alternatingly by Thomas Barker and Bob Barker, with a special guest appearance by Wanda Sykes. He carries with him his special tool, the audio screwdriver.
I'm very excited to tell you everything I've learned about this exciting docudrama. It was originally written in 1974 by Gene Roddenberry and Dennis Rodman, known colloquially as the Rod Bros.
Mr. Who, whose real name is Reginald, flies through time and relative diversions in space. He graduated, like Anakin Skywalker, top in his class at the TARDIS Technical College. He invented gummy worms in 1988. He was asked to appear in every Star Trek motion picture, but declined each time. His magical DeLorean, which allows him to travel down the train tracks of time, is fueled by fruit and coffee. He jumps from body to body, solving mysteries along the way with the help of his faithful robotic, holographic dog, K9. If you haven't had a chance to see the newest episode, I highly recommend it. It features Mr. What's, Doctor Who's nemesis, played by Neil Patrick Harris. Having a teenage super genius time warrior to pit himself against, Reginald can't help but alter mankind's fate for the better on a weekly basis. Especially when your nemesis knows your only weakness. Dr. Reginald is deathly allergic to bacon. It's like his krypton. Seriously, Doctor Who MD is without a doubt the world's most courageous dentist, especially when he's traveling during the Black Plague. I bet he'd be even cool without his clothes-changing phone booth, which I'm pretty sure they ripped off Superman. His scarf is like his wiener. Long, proud, colorful, wrapped around someone's neck at all times. Seriously, watch this show. He's old. I'm pretty sure he's gay. But he is definitely the best doctor ever.
That was awesome.